All right, this poem is titled Early Explorers. And before I do my reading, I want to remind you of the story we read 2 weeks ago called Life on Earth and Beyond when we read about Antarctica and the Atacama Desert. So just remember what you read there and what we've learned as I read this to you, and then I will go through it a little bit. Make sure that you notice how the lines are all over the place, and I'm going to try my best to read it so it makes the most sense. No place on Earth is ever undiscovered, even in Antarctica, where whole mountains are hidden under ice. Penguins already laid shambling tracks in the snow before we traveled there. The hottest desert, the deepest jungle, where none of us have ever been. All have been crossed and crossed again, by wings whirling or silent, feet furred or scaled, hoofed or bare, by adventurers we will never know, explorers who will never tell us what wonders they have seen. All right, so I think it's really interesting how this poet used lines to kind of make her point. Really interesting, because if you just read some of these lines all together, it's like really cool. It is ever undiscovered, under ice, in the snow, the deepest jungle, crossed again. I just think that sounds really cool. There is a little, I think we might have, I don't know if we have any, I'm looking to see if we have any rhyme here, and I'm not seeing a scale. No, I'm not really seeing it. So this poem is probably more deep than I realized at first. The poet is saying there's no place on earth is ever undiscovered. That means somebody or something has been there. So the poet is making reference to penguins. The penguins have already been in Antarctica. They've been all over the place there, even if a human hasn't. And the same thing with a hot desert or a deep jungle. There have been wings whirling. So she's this poet. I keep wanting to call it author, but technically it's a poet. This would be talking about either birds or flying insects, feet furred or scaled, hooved or bare. So these are talking about all different kinds of animals. Or it could even be, if you're talking about bare feet, maybe people who are native to that land, kind of like when we talked about Pedro's journal, the natives were there. The adventures we will never know, explorers who will never tell us what wonders they have seen. Well, these explorers that they're talking about are the insects, birds, animals, or maybe even natives. And they're not going to tell us because, well, animals do not talk to us. So I just thought this is a really cool poem. I can really visualize a lot with it. Like thinking about mountains hidden under ice. Shambling tracks would be kind of like just footprints that kind of go all over the place. Yeah, I just think it's really cool. But if you want more help understanding it, just message me or your teacher.